Once upon a time, in a quiet little village nestled between tall mountains, there lived a young man named Marco. He was 24 years old, full of energy, but his heart was troubled. His mind never stopped racing. Thoughts about his past regrets and future fears constantly stormed through his head like restless winds. No matter what he did, he couldn't find peace. He couldn't sleep well, couldn't relax, and had even forgotten how to smile. One day, Marco heard whispers about a distant hill village. People said an old, wise man lived there, a man who was once a famous psychologist in the city. After retiring, the old man had left the noise and rushed behind to live close to nature. Though now he lived quietly, he still welcomed visitors who came seeking wisdom and calm. Hope sparked in Marco's heart. Maybe, he thought, this man can help me find the peace I've been searching for. Determined, Marco set out on the long and tiring journey. Days later, he finally arrived in the peaceful hill village. There, surrounded by green trees and birdsong, he saw a small house covered in vines. On the porch sat the old man, eyes closed, face calm like a still lake. Marco approached quietly and said with respect, "Grandfather, my mind is never still. I'm always thinking, always worrying. I want peace in my heart. Can you help me?" The old man slowly opened his eyes and smiled gently. "You seek peace?" he said. "Then follow me. I have a simple task for you." He led Marco to a small yard, filled a glass to the very brim with water, and handed it to him. "Walk with this glass to the end of the village and return, but be careful. Do not spill even a single drop." Marco looked puzzled, but he nodded. Holding the glass with both hands, he began walking. The path was narrow, the village alive, with noisy children playing, dogs barking, vendors shouting. But Marco didn't look left or right. His eyes were fixed on the trembling water. Step by careful step, he moved forward, focused and calm. People watched him curiously, but no one stopped him. They understood he was learning something important. At last, Marco returned. "I did it," he said, smiling. "Not one drop spilled." The old man nodded and asked, "Good, but tell me, did you see the children playing near the fountain? Did you hear the barking dogs or the shopkeepers calling?" Marco shook his head. "No, I was only focused on the water." The old man smiled again. "That," he said softly, "is the secret." He paused and continued gently, "When your mind stays in the present moment focused. Like it was just now, there's no space for fear of the future or sadness from the past. All your energy is right here in this moment. That's when your mind becomes still. That's when you find peace." Marco listened closely. The meaning began to bloom in his heart like a flower opening to sunlight. "Peace," the old man said, "is not something we search for outside. It's already inside us. But we lose it when we forget to live now. Stay in the present, and the storm in your mind will quiet itself." Tears welled in Marco's eyes, not of sorrow, but of relief. He bowed deeply and said, "Thank you, grandfather. I understand now. To calm my mind, I must stay with the present moment. That's where true peace lives." The old man smiled, his eyes full of kindness. As the sun dipped behind the hills and golden light touched the earth, birds flew back to their nests. Marco walked away, back down the hill, but he was not the same restless young man anymore. He had found something priceless. Not from the outside world, but from within. He had learned how to silence the noise. He had learned how to find peace.